Hi everyone, Alex Nordach here for FitBeyond50.com. Today I'm going to do an exercise that you've seen before for legs, which is Romanian lunges, which is where you have the back foot elevated. I've got a nice stairwell here, so I'm going to make use of that. And if you have stairs anywhere in your life, then you can do the same thing at home. Also, I'm going to show you a couple of new exercises for the upper body. I'm going to be upping the intensity a little bit today. Show you a new version of pull-ups, and also I'm going to be doing some handstand shoulder presses, which are very intense, and I don't recommend that you do them if you haven't built up for them, built up to that movement. But if you have, then I'm going to show you how to do it today. So let's get started. Okay, second exercise is going to be a set of pull-ups where I'm actually, instead of just pulling myself straight up, one rep I'm going to be pulling up to my left hand, go down, next rep I'm going to be pulling up to my right hand. Okay, so a lot of people call these by different names, swing pull-ups, alternating pull-ups, whatever. The name doesn't really matter too much, but the idea here is that you're putting more pressure and more emphasis on one side and then the other side. So kind of ups the intensity of the exercise a little bit. If regular pull-ups are a problem for you, then I don't recommend trying these, but if you're okay with regular pull-ups and you want to throw something new into the mix, this is a good thing to do. I like to work them in every now and then. So go ahead and take a look. Okay, and finally we're going to do some handstand push-ups. Again, it's quite a difficult move. It requires some shoulder strength, so if you haven't worked up through regular push-ups and then the jackknife push-ups, incline push-ups, and that progression that I've been showing you over the past few workouts to progressing to where you can do handstand holds for maybe 30 seconds at a time, then I don't recommend that you try these. It is easy to hurt yourself, and if you do try them for the first time, then I recommend you have somebody there with you in case you have trouble and can help you out. But for those of you who do have the shoulder strength, I'm going to show you how to do it. Main thing to remember is to keep your body straight, and you don't want to really tilt your head back. Just go ahead and keep your head straight and go down to about the top of your head and then push back up. And for me, I'm probably going to do, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 per set. Again, it's a pretty intense exercise. I can't do a whole lot of them, but I can do some, and I like to throw them in to just sort of shock the shoulders and the triceps and everything. It's really the only really heavy movement one of the few heavy movements that's available at home without any external equipment. So take a look and I'll show you how it's done. And that's the way it looks. You want to have your hands placed about maybe a foot and a half, not more than 2 feet away from the wall. And again, if you've never done a handstand or anything like that, you might want to practice just out on an open field or in a place with a lot of open space. First couple times you try it, you're probably not going to get the balance exactly. But once you feel a little bit comfortable in that position, then just all you need is a wall. Probably most buildings have a wall, I think, and then you can go ahead and do them and work up. Start with maybe 1 or 2, and then just work up to 3, 4, 5, or 10, or however strong you want to get. Thing to remember with these pull-ups is obviously, usually with pull-ups, especially overhand pull-ups, I generally like to have my hands a little bit wider than shoulder width, just a little bit. But with these, I generally go a little wider than that, maybe shoulder width plus another hand's width on each side, and that really enables you to, get the full benefit of the swing each way. So that's it for today. 3 exercises, done one after another in sequence. First, the Romanian lunges. I did 20 reps today. Previous videos I did about 15. So that ups the intensity a little bit. The alternating pull-ups are, again, a more intense version of a regular pull-up. Did 8 of those, 4 to each side. And then I finished up with handstand push-ups, which are quite intense. Only got about 4 reps with each of those sets. But each one of the reps, you know, my body weight is about 180 pounds. So each time I'm doing a push-up, it's as though I have a 180 pound, you know, overhead press. It's basically the same motion, same amount of intensity and work. So now I'm going to have my post-workout nutrition, and I'm going to take a rest, probably take a little nap, and then maybe I'm going to go out for a walk a little bit later in the day, probably about 20 or 30 minutes, and that'll do it for the whole day. So, until next time, it's Alex Nordach from FitBeyond50.com. Remember, you don't have to do a lot, but you have to do something, and every once in a while, it's good to do a little something more like today. So, see you next time.